Hey guys, welcome back, and I'm kind of scared to turn around in this game. Last thing that happened, I got involved in a girls' argument. Not a good idea. As soon as Lily walks out the door, I suddenly start feeling reluctant about turning to face Shizune. I can feel her eyes burning into my back, and I can't bring myself to look at her. She must be furious. I keep expecting Misha to say something to alleviate the tension, but it really is wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of Shizune's footsteps as she marches out of the room. She doesn't return until a few minutes before class. Oh no, see, she really is mad. Hano doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I have to tell her that Lily was looking for her, if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbooks lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes. Instead of opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on the blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they are right there in the textbook. When the bells ring, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while, reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with the crowding in the hallways. I notice Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from the other classroom. Shizune's signing so fast that her hands are making noises like swords cutting through the air. Ooh, it must be urgent. Maybe there is pent-up anger in there. Oh no, hope that wasn't me. Misha's trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it looks like serious business. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to spit out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sign back anything the other girl was saying. It seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girls sit down in their seats again. Wah! I'm so tired. Oh, I hope they're not really mad at me. I hope I didn't really upset. She's hanging her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. I use the opportunity to reconcile with Shizune a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again. Though I suspect that door is now closed for me. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in this school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after class, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Aww. Shizune scoffs at me first, as if trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me, but in the end she starts signing without doing either. Oh, Shizune, I'm sorry. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. Oh, she's grumpy again. She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does it so well, it's almost like Shizune's actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously. That's really sweet what she does for Shizune. I mean, she'd be kind of struggling without her. They're really nice together, I like them. Well, of course, we're in the student council, you know, so we're pretty busy. Oh. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all our strength. We would shame ourselves in front of our past student council generations if the festival were to fail. Oh, they're really serious about it. And again, I really think it's nice when people are like enthusiastic about things, even if it's the most random things. Sorry about the drinking. That's why there must be no flaws. No, I think that was encumbrances. No, nothing that might make the festival short of perfect. Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's enacting are really oddly fitting of them. Oh, hello. Wait, why's she blushing? What's going on? Who's... Hanako. I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. No, Hanako, it's safe. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. Oh, she's signing something. Oh no. Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by associating of her dislike of Lily. No, Hanako doesn't deserve this. If you're actually doing this, you guys are assholes. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. No, that's mean. What is it, Hanako? Has Lily been here? Sorry, haven't seen Satao. She came by in the morning though. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying glance. What is she trying to do? Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away, and she's intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It's a little uncomforting watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behaviour. This is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems. Yeah, they're completely different. Do you know where she is? If she has any sense in her head, she's in her own class. She's in her classroom, working on their festival project. But who knows where that woman is loitering at? You need to find her? She was looking for you in the morning, but I guess you have missed each other. She's waiting a little without answering the simple question, looking awfully like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question. Yeah. I can come with you, if it's okay. Hanako nods frantically, still on guard. Or I can actually imagine that like a shy girl just going with her head. You can't see me, but she's like nodding really quickly, just like, please. Or like sort of like if you're old enough and you go on a night out, or even when you're not old enough, when some creepy guy starts hitting on you, a girl, and they're like, do you need help? Yes. Hanako nods frantically, still on guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by herself after all. But it's too late to back off now. She has this really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly, one that makes me constantly be on guard myself. I wonder why. I kind of understand why she's always seems to be so wary, or maybe more like why there could be a person like her. But I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. It's dinner time soon. Were you planning to eat with Lily? She nods slightly. So she must have been trying to get in the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, just like the cafeteria is crowded during lunch. It's not as bad because dinner time is longer than lunch hour, but I can understand why Hanako would be discouraged from going in. I pick up my bag and we take our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my initial pace, so I slow down to match her speed. Did I just walk away from the other two? Damn, dropped them in a heartbeat and didn't even say goodbye. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together. Something that I can't say I've really done before with a girl. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing though, even though we're walking at the same pace. She never comes within arm's reach of me. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me, given how shy she is. There doesn't seem to be much helping it, at least for now. Yeah, I guess she has to warm up to me. I like the for some reason I like that shoulder bit of the uniform, just a random thought in my head. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there's not much of a crowd there, but Lily's nowhere to be seen. Hanako's head sinks even lower than usual. No! Is she the girl that's been helping with the thing? No, she couldn't be. She's a part of my class. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just the library. I was reading. Oh, she's blushing. So she does spend time the class. Right, so she does spend the classes she skips at the library. Ah, so not exactly a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'd either be in her own classroom like Shizune said, right? Oh, she'd be... right. Don't cover your face. That doesn't help that you're covering the scar with a scarred hand, but... shh, I won't take notice of that. With the slightest of nods, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. Jeez, she seems to be so awkward. It's like I need double layered silk gloves with padding to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help her become a bit more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both our minds. So, you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right? Yes. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even asked the question. That much was rather obvious after all. She doesn't seem like the type to cultivate a social circle either, so I suspect that Lily may well be her only friend. Aww. Must be a pain being in different classes, I'm guessing. She gives a sharp, almost reflexive nod. Compared to Lily's careful thoughts about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her answers as prompt and short as possible. Lily comes by the classroom, though, even when she's busy. She gives a small smile when she says, oh, she's smiling. I'm going to enjoy this smile for a second while I read this. She gives a small smile while she says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There really isn't any need to say any more. Both of us content that the discussions reached an end. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, we are met by a group of students heading downstairs, like a school of fish moving from one feeding area to another. Oh, she's really close. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I notice her doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. Oh, I got a close look of her. I like her eyes, but I'm just a sucker for eyes. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Hey, are you alright? Just keep going. Oh, she's really shy. The students pass us without as much as a second glance, and Hanako takes up a position to my side again as we enter the building. Her momentary reprieve from her anxiety all but snatched away. Even as we climb towards the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've known a shy person before, or even shy girls, but Hanako seems to be far beyond what I'd call normal in her fear of other people. Even if it weren't for Lily acting as a mediator, I doubt Hanako would have even been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to completely shut down in presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strained silence, while I rue in her inability to socialise at all. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audible from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting such a din at all. Yeah, hang on, that's a good point. She actually mentioned she'll be in the classroom with the students, I think. Well, I guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first, then come up to me for backup, I wonder? Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Oh wow, so that's a good point. Did she just come to me as an excuse to use me to go past other people? If no, this... I don't know what to say about that, but eventually the two of us reached the door to class 3-2, with Hanako less than subtly positioning herself behind me. I opened the door. And yeah, I think I'll end this episode here. But yeah, you know what to do to find out what's on the other side. You're going to have to watch the next one. I hate saying things like that. I'm sorry.